wild mountains, amazing landscapes, and people still living that nomad life.
One of the hardest trips I've ever done.
There are still a lot of small problems along the way that made the trip harder.
All the roads turn into rivers.
One moment I'm filming them milking the cows, and another moment I'm there doing the milking.
If you're watching this, it means we made it. We're alive.
I wanted to create a film in some remote, not so touristy country. Somewhere where we could go for an adventure, just explore for 2 weeks. Kyrgyzstan felt perfect for that. It has wild mountains, amazing landscapes, and people still living that nomad life.
I didn't have to think too much about the proposal. I was immediately up for it. I'm always happy to join a new adventure, so I had to say yes.
I wanted to create a short documentary that would dive deep into Kyrgyzstan's culture, learn about their traditions and their way of life. I wanted to understand how nomadic life still exists in the country.
And it wasn't even hard. You take a car, you drive a few hours, and you're immediately in a different world, surrounded by nature. And then you hang out with people, you drink horse milk, and...
If you look at the map, it looks like a small country, right? But after driving for hours through mountain passes to reach the hidden lakes and valleys, and you do that for 2 weeks, you realize you barely scratched the surface.
But the pace hit me really hard. I've never done such a thing, and it was one of the hardest trips I've ever done. But it was just the start.
While everything went according to the plan and itinerary, there are still a lot of small problems along the way that made the trip harder, but I think even more interesting.
If you're watching this, it means we made it. We're alive.
Sony sent us to Kyrgyzstan with their new FX2 cinema line camera to create a short film with.
For a film like this, I think it's a great choice of camera. It's small, powerful, and it has a great in-body stabilization.
It helps you carry way less gear on your back. We knew there would be a lot of hiking, a lot of unplanned run-and-gun situations, and this is where this camera really shines.
It's actually the kind of camera you want to bring out with you.
I love working like this. Small cameras, small crew, and you make it as you go. Because with travel, there's a lot of unplanned situations. Something could always unpredictable happen that you didn't plan for.
Since this film relies a lot of run-and-gun situation, it was great to explore some of the new features the camera has. I think it's called the dynamic active stabilization. And it was actually really awesome.
When used right, this feature is amazing. Sometimes you don't have time to set up a tripod or you don't have gimbal right next to you, and this is where this feature really helps.
The FX2 features the 33 megapixel sensor, which is actually great for stills. And you also have a dedicated button from movie to stills, which makes it super fast and fun actually to use.
I use a similar camera for my work. So after setting up all the shortcuts, I could already use it as my main camera. There was no learning curve.
We paired the FX2 with a collection of G-Master from 60mm all the way to 400 with a 2x teleconverter. We were ready for everything.
If I had to choose my favorite feature, it would be Super 35 mode. I had something similar on my old A7 III, and it really superpowers your lenses. So for 80% of my work, I use a gimbal, and 24/70 is like 80% of the time on my camera. And with this feature, I have 24/105, and this extra range really helps in run-and-gun situations.
We set up a shoot with 2 eagle hunters. It's a tradition that goes way back in time, and we had to have it on film.
But here's the thing, eagles, they don't hunt in the summer, only in the winter. So only thing we could do is just like a photo shoot.
We got some amazing footage, but we wanted more and more action.
The initial plan was to have 2 of them galloping on the horses through an open field. It was like an amazing scene. But after we got some really nice footage with a drone, our car got stuck in the mud and
We tried everything to get it out. Even our eagle hunter brought his Lada Niva to take us out, but nothing. We had to wait for a tractor to come from the village nearby, but by then it was already nighttime.
that's when our second appointment arrived, local musicians. And since it was already nighttime, I had an idea to make a bonfire and have them perform outside. Somehow it felt really special.
It was a perfect chance to test the new dual bass ISO.
Not that we needed it right away. That fire was massive. Like I could barely stand next to it because of all the heat, and it created like way too much light.
We had to wait for 2-3 songs so the fire could actually calm down and we could take some shots.
While traveling through remote parts of the country, it was amazing how hospitable and generous people were. You don't normally see that in the Western world.
In one valley, we set a cam nearby the family's yard. In the morning, our goal is to actually film their daily life. We approached them with broken translation and we tried to explain them what we were doing. Somehow we figured it out.
Naturally, they offered us kumis as a rite of passage. I've had it before, but this one...
It turned into a great opportunity to observe and film their daily life.
Somehow I became a part of it. One moment I'm filming them milking the cows, and another moment I'm there doing the milking. And I come from a village, and I never done it before. Not proud of this.
It was also the first time I was spending so much time in a high altitude. My watch kept giving me some kind of warning about oxygen blood.
When we got back to town, there was this huge market that happens only on Sundays, and I knew right away I wanted this in our film.
Caracol Animal Market. I thought it was joking, but no, we actually came into the place.
We didn't plan for it, and I couldn't miss the chance. It was a very strange but very interesting place, and we got a lot of great footage.
People didn't mind us filming. The camera was so small that we didn't really look intimidating. So at some point, there was some goats loading into the trunk, and people were inviting us to film them and show them.
Almost got stomped by a bull there. Definitely didn't expect that. I screamed and ran.
At one point during our trip, our host saw us filming everything, so he looked like he wanted to give a try. So we gave them, and he didn't know really what he was doing, but it was fun looking at him trying to look professional.
On a trip like this, you have to understand that not everything will go as planned. You need to leave some room to adjust.
Your car can break down, get fixed, get stuck, and again and again.
I think I know a mechanic and a tire guy in every town in Kyrgyzstan now.
Or that time we wanted to film a canyon, but it started raining so much that all the roads turned into rivers.
You definitely can't plan for these moments, but somehow we adapted and still got every shot that we planned.
And we saved the best for the last. There was this one event that we wanted to capture before leaving.
I planned the trip to end with a visit to a local festival. I mostly wanted to capture the horse games.
I keep forgetting the name.
Kokboru, a game where two teams on a horseback fight for a dead goat. It's wild.
We brought out the big lenses paired with the 2x teleconverter. The 7200 was zoom. It felt like we were in the action.
I was in the action. I volunteered to wrestle on horseback. Not sure why. I hesitated at first, but it was a new experience to try. I am definitely ready for that nomad life.
Kyrgyzstan was really amazing. I honestly didn't know what to expect. It turns out one of the hardest and most beautiful experiences I've ever had.
We captured so many things I didn't plan for, and those turned out to be the most special ones. So many things happened in these 2 weeks, and it felt like we were there much longer. Amazing nature, culture, and people.
From big green valleys to thousands of mountain passes to seeing from distance the 7,000 meter altitude peaks and crossing so many rivers with the car. It was a beautifully wild experience.
And such an amazing crew to share it all with. Kyrgyzstan, you've been amazing, and I hope you'll enjoy our film.